I turned into a swan. There was once a princess named Sera who hated wearing shoes. She liked running barefoot through the grass, dancing in puddles, and pretending to be a bird. "Wings are cooler than crowns," she always said. Everyone at the castle thought she was a bit odd, but Sera didn't care. She liked being wild and wiggly and free. One night, when the moon was full and shiny like a giant cookie, Sera saw something glowing near the forest. "Ooh, sparkly," she said, which is always how strange adventures begin. She tiptoed past the guards, through the trees, and found a single silver feather lying on a rock. It sparkled like it had its own flashlight inside. Sera picked it up and spun around like a ballerina. "Maybe it's magic," she giggled. Suddenly, poof! Her arms turned into wings, her legs squished together, and her royal scream came out as a very loud honk! Just like that, Princess Sera had turned into a swan. Sera fell into the lake with a big splash. She flapped her wings and shouted, "What's happening?" The frogs jumped, the fish swam away fast, and an old turtle said, "Shh, I'm trying to sleep." Sera looked at the water. She saw a beak, white feathers, and big swan eyes. Oh no! She waddled onto the shore, flapping and flopping, trying to walk. "Ugh, I miss toes already," she muttered. She tried to explain things to the animals around the lake. "I'm a princess," she honked. "A human one." But the ducks just quacked. The frogs laughed. A raccoon offered her a soggy cookie. Just when she was about to give up and cry feathery tears, a voice echoed through the trees. "You picked the moon feather, silly girl," whispered the wind. "Now you're a swan until you learn to help others, without anyone knowing it was you." Sera squawked, "What? No fair, I didn't even mean to be helpful." But the voice was gone, and she was very, very sad. The next morning, Sera woke up on a big green lily pad. "Okay, I can do this," she said, puffing out her feathers and shaking her wings like arms. She remembered what the wind told her. Help others, don't let them see you, and don't let them say thank you. "Easy peasy, feathery squeezy," she giggled. So she started secret helping. When a baby duck got stuck in a puddle, Sera used her wing to push it back to Mama. When a squirrel dropped all her nuts into the water, Sera scooped them up with her beak and left them in a pile on the shore. Nobody saw her. Nobody said thank you. It was weirdly fun. Every night, Sera floated on the quiet lake and looked up at the moon. "Maybe tonight? Is the curse gone, pretty please?" she whispered. But the moon just looked back at her like a big, sleepy eye. So Sera sighed and kept trying. She did one tiny, sneaky good thing at a time. One sunny day, Sera heard a loud yip, yip, yip by the lake. A tiny, fluffy puppy was splashing in the water, going in circles. He didn't know how to swim. On the grass, a little girl was crying. "Toby, come back! Somebody help!" she shouted. Sera flapped her wings fast. She jumped into the water and swam to the puppy. Using her beak, she gently pushed him toward the land, like a little fluffy boat. The little girl ran to them, picked up the wet, wiggly puppy, and spun around happily. Then it happened. The little girl wrapped her arms around Sera's feathery neck and sobbed, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." Sera's eyes went wide. "Oh no, you thanked me." She looked up at the sky. Was the curse ruined? Just as Sera was about to cry a big honky sob, she felt something tickle her tail. A tiny sparkle. Then another. The grass beneath her shimmered, soft and dewy, like it had been sprinkled with fairy glitter. The lake beside her rippled gently, reflecting colors like a spilled rainbow in the morning sun. The air was still, warm and buzzing faintly with summer sounds, distant birdsong, rustling leaves, and the quiet heartbeat of magic. The little girl's eyes got big. "Are you glowing?" she whispered. Sera looked down. Her tail, curled gently in the grass, sparkled faintly like a dream waking up. Maybe, she said. All of a sudden, Sera's wings started to get smaller. Her beak got wiggly. Her legs changed back into two muddy feet. Right there on the soft grass near the lake, Sera turned back into a girl, with a dress made of lily pads and a very confused puppy sniffing her foot. I'm back, she shouted. The little girl clapped. You're a real princess, Sera grinned. Sort of. I was a swan for a while. It's a long, honky story. The little girl's name was Lila, and the puppy was named Sir Toby Waggletail. They became Princess Sera's best friends instantly. So you turned into a swan because of a moon feather? Lila asked. Yup. And you had to help people secretly? Yup. And nobody could thank you? Double yup. Lila thought for a moment, then gave a big smile. That's kind of nice. You helped just because you wanted to, not because you had to. Princess Sera smiled back. Exactly. But I did really miss having elbows, she giggled. From that day on, Princess Sera, Lila, and Sir Toby met at the lake every weekend. They helped animals who were lost, cleaned up the messy trash, and once even built a tiny bridge for baby ducks to cross the stream safely. Princess Sera kept helping others, just like before. But now, she didn't have to hide it anymore. Back at the castle, Princess Sera went back to being a princess. But now with a little twist. She made a special room filled with feathers, cute animal pictures, and even one squishy cookie from a raccoon she once helped. She never told anyone about the magic curse. Only Lila and Sir Toby knew. But she did keep one shiny moon feather in a jar, just in case she ever wanted to fly around for fun again. One night, Princess Sera sat quietly by the lake, her toes brushing the cool water. A group of swans glided across the surface, their white feathers glowing under the moonlight. She smiled, watching them, and whispered, I remember when that was me. The swans gave a soft honk, like they remembered her too. Sera giggled. At least I was a graceful swan, not a bouncy little grasshopper. She shivered, just thinking about all that hopping. That would have been exhausting. She leaned back on her hands, breathing in the night air, feeling calm and happy that her feet were back on the ground. Princess Sera lived happily ever after, with a dash of magic and a lot of silly fun. She wasn't just a princess now. She was a helper, a friend, a secret hero in muddy shoes. She taught forest creatures how to dance, started a lost and found club for baby animals, and once built a tiny treehouse for squirrels. People came from far away just to see what the princess of the lake would do next. And every so often, a feather floated down from the sky and landed on her shoulder. She'd smile, tuck it in her pocket, and whisper, maybe, just one more adventure. Being kind means helping others without needing a thank you. Even small good things can make the world brighter.